Assalamu alaikum jami'an. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. It gives me great pleasure. My name is Ahmed Al-Khwaitar, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Saudi Aramco. Now, normally, the Chief Technology Officer looks at the future. We look at what's coming 50 years away, 30 years away. Today, I want to look back with you to the past. Back to a vision born from our founder, King Abdul Aziz. A vision for prosperity for his people. A vision that was met with the determination of people such as Khamis bin Ramthan, the scout who knew the desert like the back of his hand. And he looked for what was called interesting surface geological features. And people like Max Steinecke, the Stanford-trained geologist, who could visualize the Earth from the surface. Those are the kind of pioneers and explorers who began that first venture, which eventually became what we call Aramco. If we look back, it was a big challenge for 6 years. They couldn't find any oil. 6 wells were drilled dry until they almost ran out of funding. Reminds you of some startups today. On the 7th well, the well number 7, they struck commercial oil. And the rest is history. That discovery, that venture, that small venture of tens of individuals changed the world. They disrupted the energy system of the world as we knew it in the 20th century. Today, 1 in 8 barrels are delivered by Aramco from here. 255 billion barrels have been discovered since then, making Saudi Arabia the world's largest having the world's largest reserves of oil. That small team in that day changed the world. And those are the kind of disruptions that we seek to discover today. Aramco is a technology company today. 5 billion data points from our facilities are processed every day in our IR4 centers. But what you probably didn't know is Aramco is also the world's lowest emitting company, energy company, per barrel of oil produced. So not only are we the lowest cost producer, but we're also the lowest emitting per barrel. And that's because technology has been applied since day one in our fields in order to make sure they are the most sustainable as well as lowest cost. What you may also not know about Aramco is that we are a technology powerhouse. We are one of the top 50 companies, innovative companies, as measured by patents granted by the United States Patent Office. And what are those patents about? Well, I would like to share some of those technologies before I give you our announcement. So, of course, our history has been in discovery of oil, seismic processing, terabytes of data collected by technologies like these seismic trucks. But we've also developed underwater autonomous submersible drones, hundreds that scour the sea floor and collect seismic data. They allow us to find oil where no one else has. And when we have the data, we have to process it. So there's TerraPower's simulator, the world's most powerful reservoir simulator, simulating the Earth and the flow of fluids within the Earth. This allows us to really identify the best locations to drill and therefore optimize our cost and reduce the cost, which gives us the lowest cost per barrel of $3 per barrel. We also have, as mentioned by His Excellency, some of the most powerful supercomputers in the world to do our business. So we are in the top 10 of supercomputing. But when we find the oil, we have to get it out of the ground, and that takes data and technology. Using digital twin technology with our drilling rigs, we're able to remotely monitor the process of drilling and look ahead with AI, look ahead of the drill bit before it strikes problems with the rock or any other challenges, dangerous challenges. So increasing our safety and reliability is key, and the key to that is data and data processing. But beyond oil, we are going into technologies which will sustain our business long into the future. Technologies like chemicals, and with the acquisition of SABIC, combining our oil to chemicals technologies, we're able to achieve the highest conversion of a barrel of oil to chemicals. Today, our high-severity FCC in Korea is commercial at 40% conversion to olefins. The technologies we're designing today and being deployed in the next few years will give us 70% conversion of a barrel of oil to chemicals and materials, sustaining the use of oil in the next century. And what kind of uses are we talking about? We're talking about the non-metallics and the materials which are essential for the new energy world. Materials like non-metallics which allow and enable efficiency, lower cost, and lightweight. Polycarbonate windows, plastic carbon reinforced materials for the body. All of these technologies, we work with partners to avail them to the market. And finally, I want to end on sustainability. With sustainability, we mean the sustainability of our world. And with that, we begin with the trees. We have been planting millions of mangrove trees on the coast of Saudi Arabia, utilizing technology such as remote sensing as well as AI. We're able to identify the best locations for planting and quantify the CO2 quantity captured by the planting of mangroves. Not only that, we are developing synthetic fuels that take the green hydrogen from renewables and combine that with CO2 from the atmosphere, combining that into synthetic fuels such as e-gasoline and e-jet, which when utilized in existing engines can reduce the emissions by up to 80%. In our partnership with Formula One, we're providing those fuels today and testing them as we speak. Our scientists work with automation and AI to develop new materials, robotics that can actually accelerate the development of new materials in the lab, allow us to produce new materials such as the metal organic framework developed by King Abdullah University of Science and Technology in collaboration. This material is the world's highest capture rate of CO2 with the lowest regeneration energy, CAUS-7. Such materials will enable us to create breakthrough technologies such as direct air capture, which will allow us to capture the air directly from CO2 from the atmosphere and address the world's greatest challenge today. Now, seeing that history of innovation and technology and building on it, it gives me great pleasure today to announce a great leap forward beyond our business and into the disruption of the 21st century, technologies which can create a better world for us tomorrow. Prosperity 7 Ventures is our $1 billion disruptive venture investment fund. Over the last few years, we have established our offices around the world, and we have begun investing into important areas for the future. Among them, mobility, as well as medtech, fintech, and many other areas. All of these areas, we believe, will be the new disruptions. Our investment professionals and technical professionals and scientists are working together to be able to scout, identify, and explore for the next great disruptions in the world. These disruptions, we believe, as we did in the last century, the kingdom will be able, inshallah, to disrupt and create new economies. And as I look out on the audience today, I really feel confident seeing all the young people working on startups and technology with the same determination that we saw in our previous generations to really build a new world better for humanity, inshallah. Thank you.